John Stossel and Elizabeth Vargas.
Good evening and welcome to a special edition of 2020. What's more important than finding love and a relationship that ideally will last forever? We're going to devote the next hour to that most important part of life. Everyone wants to find a soulmate, but it's a dream that eludes many.
Then how do you find a serious romance? Well, if you're good-looking and rich enough, the answer might just be with these San Francisco mom and daughter matchmakers called Kelleher Associates.
About 85% of the clients that come to us get involved in relationships. Now, about half of them, or maybe even a little bit less, get married within a short period of time.
They're successful, Amber Kelleher and her mom Jill say, because they're highly selective, dealing only with the cream of the crop. People like this California actress who has nearly everything except a happy love life.
They're working on their bodies, they're working on their minds, they're working on their success, and they forget about the most important thing in life is who you're going to spend your life with.
Their golden touch, these matchmakers say, comes from gut instinct and thorough digging.
What does your father do for a living?
Uncovering details like the politics and eating habits of their clients.
I'm a Democrat.
Why wouldn't you bring someone aboard? What would be a glaring?
Well, if I have a guy that's, you know, very wealthy and he wants very, very young, that's not going to work for us.
And though they're reluctant to point it out, the Kellehers recognize that harsh truth in the dating world. Looks do matter, which is why they specialize in fashion models, movie moguls, and handsome, wealthy CEOs like 44-year-old Randall Perry.
My sister told me, said, Randall, you have a bad habit. You jump in the deep end with both feet every relationship. And I do. You sure that's enough for you?
Yeah.
Here's what Alex remembers about his dad's last girlfriend.
She was a gold digger.
A gold digger?
Yeah.
Really? What does that mean?
She kind of wanted his money more than him.
How can Randall be sure that you're not going to send him a gold digger or a dud?
I think that's why he hired us, to make sure that he doesn't get a gold digger. I mean, we're pretty perceptive when we interview people. We get to know them pretty well.
Hello?
Tell me who your perfect woman would be.
A sense of humor is critical to me. I like to laugh. You got to laugh every day. Someone that is athletic and has a good soul, you know, has integrity, honesty, and likes my son.
How will you know if it really feels like the right person?
Well, I hope I'm floating on air. That'll just hit me in the face like a brick.
It usually takes a hot-looking blonde to do that, he says. So the Kellehers thought of 31-year-old Karen, a business executive and former Ms. Arizona.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very well.
You look very nice.
So do you. You look wonderful.
Dressed to the nines, she flies into San Francisco to have lunch with Randall on a yacht arranged by the Kellehers.
What guidelines do you give them for the first date?
I usually ask him to go out to dinner.
Thank you.
In no time, they seem to hit it off.
What are some of your favorite foods?
Love, 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 love sushi.
Oh, so do
Yeah, I could eat it every day.
Have you ever been married?
No, never married.
No? Ever date anybody?
This is my first date. Am I doing it right?
You're doing okay.
They're doing fine until Randall tries to impress Karen with his worldly sophistication,
My work takes me to London quite a bit. And then
which she doesn't share.
And then the time before, went to Vienna, saw an opera.
Wow,
That was
good for
fun.
you.
That was beautiful. And then
Not a home run, but not a disaster either.
Mind if I put my hand here?
Go ahead.
Do you suggest whether they should have sex on the first date? I mean, what kinds of, do you give them advice on those areas?
If they want it, I will.
I mean, they're adults,
I
but...
always say, hey, get to know each other. You know, get to know somebody before you get too romantically involved.
Cynthia?
Yes.
Hi, Randall. How are you?
Hey, nice to meet you.
Then he meets his next date, a 43-year-old PR executive and a widow with 3 children who, like Randall, lives in San Francisco.
The qualities I look for in a man are intelligence, sense of humor, spirituality, but there has to be that X factor when you meet them. The chemistry has to be there. I think it's French food.
Is it?
Yes.
Chemistry? Not in the beginning. Oddly, Randall even ignores Cynthia at first.
What are you thinking about?
I don't know. I'm gonna try the sea bass.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Which one is
Then
she?
a
No
chat
one is?
about their children warms him up.
Nice family shot. They look like you.
Well, thank you.
And somehow, by the end of the evening, he's even raving about Cynthia.
Fantastic date.
Excellent. Wasn't she beautiful?
She's quick with a smile. You know, the type of person that you look into her eyes and, you know, you want to just melt into them.
Sounds like Randall's ready to end the search now. But not so fast. His matchmakers have a good hunch about another woman, 39-year-old Marianne, a striking divorced mother of a 12-year-old son.
How are you?
She's an author and is brimming with confidence from the moment she meets Randall.
Thank you. And you look very handsome, actually. Wait, I didn't get to really look. That's lovely. Yes, it's very nice, actually. You dress very well. I want everything a man has to offer. I don't want him to hold back anything, including what's ugly about him. I want it all.
When we come back, is she the one? We'll follow Randall and Marianne on their date.
"2020 continues with New Year, New Love." Here again, Deborah Roberts.
When we last saw Randall Perry, he was basking in the glow of 3 women he'd met through the Kelleher's dating service.
Cynthia has a very warm, there's a warmth to her. When she has these beautiful blue eyes, you just want to melt into them. And she's a Southern belle. Karen, we had lunch with, she's effervescent. She's like a bottle of pop.
Then, date number 3 with 39-year-old Marianne, the vivacious, self-assured writer. Relaxed and spirited, there's no comparison between this and Randall's previous dates. No awkward moments here.
Do you smoke?
No. No. A cigar occasionally.
Me too.
Do you?
I do.
Cool.
I brought some Cuban ones back from England.
Well, I have a humidor at the office.
Do you?
Yes. And then,
wild salmon.
Wild.
And she's got that worldly sophistication and humor Randall was looking for. It seems to be his dream date.
Oh, my.
Or is it?
It's difficult. I mean, every one of them are special in their own way.
After some thought, Randall eliminates Karen as a match because there's not enough common ground. But he has a nice rapport with both Cynthia and Marianne.
Their personalities are different. Cynthia is more subdued and quiet, and Marianne's kind of a go-getter, you know? But I think Marianne will be the better match for him because I think they're going to click. The communication thing is just going to be great between them, and maybe we'll have that chemistry.
Chemistry sparked by Marianne's independent spirit. Months after the date, she's promoting her new book in L.A., and Randall is so captivated he travels 500 miles just to catch up with her.
I can sum it up in one word: score.
Can you have sex on the first date?
If you're a fool, you will. That's the way to complicate a relationship real fast.
In fact, because he has a habit of moving too quickly in relationships, Randall insists that this time he's taking it very slowly, simply getting to know Marianne.
That's our biggest issue together, is that we just haven't had enough time, but the time we spend is amazing.
Seems so.
I want to. Was that all right with you? Yeah. Is that good for you, honey?
10 months after their first meeting, Randall and Marianne are still seriously dating. Seems their matchmakers were right on target.
That was my choice. They're so happy together. They both just light up. They kid each other, and they just have a great communication thing going between them. And I call that chemistry.
Marianne makes me laugh. She is one of the warmest, most intelligent people I've ever met in my life.
It's intuition. And then you just go with it. And 9 times out of 10 with my mother, I know she's right.
Would you marry me, honey?
So you think you actually may be serious about this? This may be the relationship that'll lead to marriage again?
You know, if that's what's meant to be, that'd be wonderful. She's someone I could see spending the rest of my life with. I gotta say they have done their job.